everyone, welcome to another Black Desert stream. My name is Trent and Shirna.
And my name is Trent.
And good day to everyone, I suppose. Good evening, wherever you are. Does it sound okay?
That sounded slightly a little bit more romantic than I thought, but yeah. Let's just do a sound check, make sure everything's okay. Did we break anything yet?
Sounds good. All right.
We've been good, all right? Okay, cool. Anything that we want to start off with? Oh, yeah, we'll just do the normal spiel. So basically, if you're new to the stream, we start with the state of the address, then we go into the patch notes.
Yep.
We do events.
Yep.
We show gameplay, and then have a dedicated Q&A.
Gameplay is a stretch.
Sometimes.
Something resembling gameplay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And sometimes the Q&A, there are certain questions we answer during the gameplay, but there'll be a dedicated one after. So kind of hold up for that. One thing I'd like to kind of mention first is during the countdown period, people are kind of weird. I've been calling for Durgef. I actually want Durgef to be a part of these streams sometime, like where we can just kind of stream together and do the update together, but that'd be kind of cool. And do more collaborative streams with him.
Yeah.
Because he's good people.
That's the plan.
I could do without Star's End, but like with Durgy, I'm okay.
Yeah. Star's End, I mean, yeah.
Star's End exists. I tolerate his existence.
I do just want to say, we do actually really like Star's End. It's just part of the...
like to bury him. And
we all do actually really like each other.
Yeah, we're good. They're all good people. So hopefully we can do more collaborative streams, and that'd be really nice. And we are thinking of some. So if you guys have ideas, let us know and kind of go from there.
Yep. Okay, I guess we could just go into the patch notes.
Yeah, let's do it.
I don't think there's much else. Right. First off the bat, we have Bloodstorm Nouver coming into the game. So, Bloodstorm Nouver...
Nouver already exists. What is Bloodstorm Nouver?
It's basically Nouver, but he's...
beefy.
I was going to say worse, but yeah, he's stronger. Essentially, he has gained power. He messes people up. You have a chance of getting up to Tet Nouver box. So it's either a 0, a Pry, Duo, Tri, or Tet. Very similar to Nightmarish Kazaka in that respect. And yeah, he gets new attack patterns, and he actually really, really hurts. So I'm just going to skip through that because that's just pictures. But
some of the attack patterns will be in the patch notes when we post them later today.
So you'll be able to see what he has. Also, with that, obviously, comes the Nouvericant outfit. This outfit is basically wearing the miniaturized head of Nouver with a pretty nice outfit for the rest of it.
Can I show the picture?
I mean, it's black and white. It's not going to come out very well if they're watching on their phone.
It'll look cool.
No, it really won't.
Okay, well,
I'll show it in game. I think I have it. But that basically comes in, and then there's a whole way of getting that, which includes... you get like a dulled version, you have to enhance it, and then you can exchange that eventually for the Nouvericant outfit. And with Nouvericant outfit also comes the dopest pet, which is Nouverimon, which basically looks like a clay version of Nouver. So that is that. Bloodstorm Nouver, Nouvericant, and Nouverimon. Right?
Okay.
Yeah, I thought I'd been watching too much TV when I said Nouverimon, but it is Nouverimon, right?
It's Nouvermon.
It's Nouverimon. Distant cousin to Greymon. All right. Up next, season graduation begins. So, Season Draconia, you can now graduate your characters from the season servers. Now, bear in mind, if you are part of the Tuvala Cup, if you want to enter the Tuvala Cup, you should not graduate yet.
Yes, because if you graduate, you are no longer a seasoned character, and therefore you cannot participate in the Tuvala Cup. So again, if you are participating in the Tuvala Cup, don't graduate just yet, so that you can participate. But yeah, season graduation does begin, and for those of you that don't know how to graduate, who do we go to first?
Fugar, isn't it?
No.
Oh my god. Who is it? Layla.
You start the quest at Layla, and then in the patch notes, they'll give you, like, there's a line of quests that you have to do to be able to graduate. Once you graduate, you also have to finish all the season pass.
Yes.
Right?
And not have the timepiece in your inventory, whether you have used it or thrown it away.
There you go. And you will get stuff during your quest line. So yeah.
Also, the reward for this one is the Advice of Valks 100. So if you want that, go get it. Now, I will say there are benefits to staying on a season server after a season closes or after graduation begins. I personally like to stay in season servers for a little bit longer. But if you do graduate tomorrow, so be it.
Yo, thank you, Zeno. So if you don't know where Layla is, Fugar will point you in the right direction. Thank you. So yeah, there is the stack, but like previous seasons, you don't have to go for just the Season Dracania reward. You can go for previous ones.
Someone else made a Digimon joke, like Nouveramon Digivolve to Metal Nouveramon went. I dig.
Thank you for your feedback. But yes, you can go for previous rewards that you have not gotten already. So if you didn't get your Pen Capodia, you didn't get the other Advice of Vox 100.
Yeah, just in case.
You didn't get the Pen Capodia belt, the Perilla Star, or the earring/ring. You only get one of those. Yeah, go over that.
You can go get it. So yeah, basically you'll have a full list, and if you're new and you haven't chose, you can choose any of them. If you have previously taken it, you cannot take it again. So if you've already taken the Perilla Star, which is the best, no, it's not, but it's a decent item that you can get. You cannot get a second Perilla Star. And if you have taken or will take either the Pencapodia earring or the Pencapodia ring, you cannot take the other one. They are grouped together as Group A. So you take one, it locks it out forever. So make your decisions carefully.
People really want Perilla. Okay, some of y'all want
Perilla's
Perilla.
dope.
Cool.
I actually do like Perilla.
I haven't gotten Perilla yet, so I'm thinking about it.
I think I got it after season 2.
Either or of the ring, yeah. You cannot
Either or.
You cannot get the ring and the earring. They're part of one. But yeah. Go from there.
Yeah.
Almost sold my Tet ring. Oh Jesus.
No, don't sell it. Just tap it. Right. So next up is something that people have asked for a little bit. Narchillan gear is in. If you don't know what Narchillan gear, it's basically a step between Pen Naru and then starting on the boss gear trek for non-seasonal characters. So essentially, you transfer your Pen Naru into Narchillan gear, and Narchillan gear gives you a little bit of a step up from Pen Naru, and then you can yeet yourself forward from there. So Narchillan gear is in. We'll show that off later. But you can also melt your Naru gear into combatant stones, weapon or armor, and they give a little bit of a bump to previous Tuvala gear. So if you really want this little bit of an upgrade, it's mostly
PvE.
PvE, yeah. So it's extra damage to monsters or monster damage reduction. You can put that in other Tuvala gear from a character that has graduated and has used the conversion stones to make Tuvala normal gear. So it gives you a little bit of a step up when using Narchillan. And again, I'll try to show you that as best I can. Narchillan gear does fill in the boss effect for armor. So if you have, like, let's say, one Narchillan, but you have Dim, Begs, and Urus, the Narchillan helmet will fill in that.
And give you the side effect?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Narchillan gear cannot be enhanced and cannot be Kafras enhanced either. You cannot put Kafras in it. But also you cannot give it to a character whose karma is below 0. But yeah.
You need to be good people.
You need to be good people. You need to be good people. And there's a whole explanation of how to convert these things in the patch notes. Right. So Marnie's pocket watch is coming in for Dracania, just to fill in the gap.
What is it?
So essentially, it's an item that she can equip. Right? You can equip it, but it won't give you any extra AP. Basically, the idea is you get the watch, and if you have, I don't know, a spare Gomoth heart lying around and you want to give it to Dracania, you could put it in the pocket watch for the awakening weapon, and that will fill in that slot there.
Cool.
That's basically the pocket watch.
Okay.
Okay. For Node and Conquest Wars, we fixed an issue where my special evasion rate, which shows on the world map when you look at the node, would display as 0 Before this, it would still apply, but it would only display 0 on the world map. That has been fixed.
It was a visual issue?
It was a visual issue. You still were capped on your My Special Evasion or whatever. And Vipe Stoner Cannons and Event Cannon items have been completely disabled in Node and Conquest War. I'm sure there is a very strong reason for that I am not aware of at this point in time.
Some people are saying, why would you say extra Garmathar? I will just say, in the last stream, there were quite a few people who were like, I got a couple. So
I got like 7 lying.
No, but like, I know what you guys, like, yeah, no one's going to have an extra. Not many people, maybe half the community.
But if somebody wants to change from, let's say you have the Garmoth's Heart in your main right now, but you want to switch to Dracania for a while,
they'll let you do it.
Yeah. Okay. The maximum price of Pen Blackstar has been increased to 200 billion silver. So the Pen Blackstar price increase is here. But because of this change, the Pen Blackstar, when copying gear, has been fixed at 150 Marnie's unstable fuel. So if you're if you're tagging a character, there is a cap on that now. But yes, the Pen Blackstar price is increased. Then there's a little bit of changes there that don't really make much of a difference.
Cool.
Names of some characters, some bit of quest and knowledge changes, which I'm sure some people out there are itching for, but it's basically the conditions to speak to certain NPCs has been changed. Also, My Information tab has been improved to show the levels by which your pips in like attack speed, movement speed, critical hit, fishing, yada, yada, yada. The levels there's more of an explanation of what the pips do. It does say level. So basically, your attack speed can go to level 5, right? Which gives you a plus 20% attack speed. So basically, the pips there refer to the levels. So in the patch notes, that'll be fully there.
So it tells people. Cool.
And then, that's it.
No, it's not.
That's it. Besides the fact that this bunch of paper right here, that's balance changes. I'm not going to go through and read absolutely everything, but the Berserker Succession nerf is in. Kuno stamina changes are in.
I would just say we're going to go through this quickly. So basically, Warrior gets a couple changes. Ranger gets one essentially. Sork has quite a few notes in there to kind of take a look through. Zerks have quite a few notes as well.
Also, for the Zerks that are watching, the Giant Leap Black Spirit Rage thing, you can now stop it on the spot with the trigger buttons.
Right. So
all 3 of us care.
Tamer has quite a few changes as well in terms of notes to be added in there and all this. Wow, Tamer has quite a few notes in
Tamer
here.
had the new skill added.
Yeah,
which
Tamer has quite a bit.
Affects legendary beast dance.
Musa has a few. Mewa has one note there. Valk has basically 1 or 2 notes. Ninja has quite a few notes in there. Kuno has quite a bit as well. Sorry, I'm just going through this. Witch, Wiz together have a few. Witch has a bit. DKs have a few changes. I'm just going through again. Because again, this will all be in the patch notes in a separate content. Wow. Mystic has quite a few.
Just a little bit.
Mystic has a bit. Lon has a bit. Archer has a bit. Shy has 1 note. Guardian has quite a little bit. Hash has a lot of notes in there. Nova has a lot of notes. Sage has
quite a bit,
lot
actually,
as well.
Sage gets the change.
Corsair has quite a bit as well. And finally, Dracania has a couple of fixes and a lot of changes in there as well. Shy has 1. I did not misspeak. Yeah, it's 1 note.
It's not the Shy patch that happened recently.
Yeah, it's 1 note. It's not what. Yeah, I did not stutter.
Okay, so that's the patch notes done. They are quite lengthy. We have separated them into 2, so if you don't care really about the balance stuff, you don't have to look at it. If you only care for the balance stuff, well, you have your own little patch note. You don't need to read the rest.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I said, go through the what is the 1 note? Cribs, think about it. If it's not the big thing that we were talking about. It's just some other one. So yeah, it's not what you guys think it is. Anyways, I'm not going to go through all of it because otherwise I have to go through all the classes and I'm just not going to play
I
favorite
will
stuff.
say the reason why the shy change isn't in isn't because like we've changed things. The way that it works, the shy change only went in last week. These balance changes are from before that time. So these are the other balance changes that happened before the shy one.
So yeah, and more about that later in our dedicated Q&A section, or maybe during the gameplay, or now. Anyways, we're gonna go through the events right now. For the events, there is going to be, and I need to kind of be careful with this. There is going to be a special hot time. This is most likely going to be one of our better hot times in general, but it's going to be sequential. All the details regarding this hot time will be in the event notice. The reason I'm not going to say it right now is because it affects a few things, and I'd rather not. But just know that there's quite a few good things involved with that. Also, our playtime rewards are also going to give you a Jatina's Golden Seal by the end of it. So if you still have quite a few of those lying around, you can still exchange them after. You get advice to safeties. Again, playtimes are like playing 60 minutes, 90 minutes, 120, 180. The next event are login rewards, which are normal, like the returning stuff. Sorry, I'm just going to go through this fast. Special login rewards will also be in there for everyone. So a luxury box, a classic outfit box, and a few other things as well. And shiny seals and other shiny boxes. So login rewards, everyone knows what the deal is with that. Just get in.
Just get in
right?
there.
Yeah. Next is because of our Bloodstorm Nouver that's coming in, we have a Nouver event that is going to happen. And I need to speak very slowly about this because if I misspeak, I'm going to get into a lot of trouble for this.
If I speak, I am in big trouble.
If I speak.
If I speak. Yeah.
Whew. Okay. Let's begin. So during the event, right? Nouver, Master of the Sandstorm, the regular Nuvi event. The chance to obtain a Nouver sealed sub-weapon box is doubled during the event period. The Bloodstorm Nouver, however... normal
I was gonna say,
Nouver.
you're missing...
Yeah. And Nouver, Master of Bloodstorm, you will, during the event period, you are guaranteed to get the intact Nouver's reverse scale. If you face a normal Nouver, you are guaranteed to get the scale.
Yeah.
Okay?
Isn't it?
Just gonna wait on that one. But
okay,
it is.
All right,
yeah.
I'm gonna just leave you with that.
Yeah, I'll get there in a bit, right? So that's one. The Bloodstorm Nouver, if you were to get the scales or the Bloodlit Eye of the Desert, what does the Bloodlit Eye of the Desert do for you?
It allows you to enhance the Doman helmet thing for the Nouver-Can outfit.
If you were to acquire these, the amount that you would get, the amount that you would get is doubled. And yeah, I'm gonna go with that. So other details, because this is also subject to change, just in case, will be in the event notice. So I'm pretty sure everyone's gonna go and try and smoke Nouver out because people want that stuff. Also, we have an event that is basically for all regions and platforms, essentially, where basically we want people to share their, like pictures and videos and be able to do certain things. Per week, there will be a certain concept. Enter, put it on the forum, and you have a chance to earn pearls and certain Shaki boxes. So week 1 Shaki stuff, like participation rewards, are Shaki boxes. And the top picks are pearls. I will say for some of the submissions that we got, and honestly, I'll kind of give a shout out to our resident Zerk. If you guys need help with like taking videos and doing well with them and making like a narrative and stuff like that, Guido, Rydello, Zeno's really good at this kind of stuff too. I've seen Kyrix and all them kind of do their thing as well, and ask them for help and see how to go from there. Because a lot of the videos that kind of work out, Godbreak is pretty good. To like, there's a lot of people who are really good at taking these videos by removing the UI and there's certain kind of tricks and stuff like that. Guido's DMs are flooded. be kind to him. No jokes. But yeah, let them know and ask them, not to make a montage for you, but ask them for tips because they're really good at what they do. And I think that's it for events. Because some of the other events are still kind of ongoing. So yeah.
Yep, I think that's about it.
No, don't ask Guido to make your video. Ask him for tips in making a video.
I mean, you just turn the UI off, press the record button, hope for the best, no?
No, but like he's actually really good at it. And Squid's really good. I genuinely enjoy a lot of Squid's rando footage in the background and stuff like that. Like they're freakishly good at what they do. Zeno has a very good story-based kind of trailers that he makes. So ask them for tips. Don't ask them to make it for you.
Yeah, that's unfair.
Trekkington? No, that's not what I said. That's not what I said, and I'm not going to repeat what you just said.
All right, should we get into game?
Please.
All right, let's get into game. So, as we said, there isn't too much to show. Most of the changes have been balance changes, but this is a test server before people start going off about what's in here. There's a lot of stuff in here. Probably stuff that shouldn't be in here because someone's been messing with my account. Anyway, as you can see, I have the Narchillan gear. I'm going to unequip my accessories there. So this is Narchillan gear. Remember, it cannot be enhanced. It is a placeholder between Naru and the normal gear. But it essentially sits somewhere there. As you can see, Narchillan X 109, 115 compared to Penkazarka, it's not that close.
This is a test server.
This is a test server. And the Pen Black Star, not close. But it does a decent job of filling in that gap between, you know, Naru and the rest. I think you can only get one set, though, if I remember correctly. You only get one set. And then you have to change the weapons into another class if you so wish. There are ways to change between characters. The armors, though, they're once per family. Just lob them in a storage, swap them to another character. Weapons, you have to go through a process to turn it back into a box. Right. So that's that. That's the Naru, the Narchillan gear here. What you can do, though, is you can melt it. And when you melt it, you receive Spirit's First Breath. Now, Spirit's First Breath, you take it to Mary at Tanis Pond, and you can change it for a combatant stone weapon or combatant stone armor. Those stones you can then put into your 2 Valor gear from another season character from a season character that has graduated, and that will give you the extra damage to monsters. I will say, Narchillan gear cannot be used by season characters.
Okay.
Cannot be used by season characters. It can only be used by normal characters, and as I said, it kind of fills in that gap. As you can see, even when I have full pen accessories, my AP is still kind of okay. My DP is absolutely...
So it kind of works like the old Abyssal weapons?
Yes. The Narchillan gear acts exactly like the old Abyssal weapons in that they're more of a stopgap welfare gear, as they used to be called, which, you know, that's basically what it is there. Oh, right. I was going to show the Nouver camp outfit, wasn't I? I'm going to stand in the water because shows can't stand here. And Nouver can't. Which one's that? That's the helmet. Yeah, whatever. And that one. And we zoom in. We zoom in.
Guido, help him out. Guido, help him out. Oh, dang. That looks nice.
Wait.
Sir.
There's the helmet. As you can see, it is the shrunken head of Nouver. And then we scroll down, and it looks pretty. And then we go underwater. And so that's why I want to stand in here. Look at the water effects, man. The cape is quite is controversial in that some people don't like short capes, and some classes have short capes. But this one has a relatively long one, and you wear his wings.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah, but that is the item that you get from Bloodstorm Nouver. And I think I'm just going to go kill this flamingo. Thank you. I'll kill this one too. It's my swimming pool, man. My swimming pool. Done! I think that's all we can show, really. There isn't much else to show. Can you think of anything else to show?
In terms of the actual changes and stuff, no, not really. Like, you could show some of the Zerg changes on the character. We're not going through all the characters, but you can...
Wait, I can just melt it. I got other gear. So, yeah, you melt it, and that's how you get the Spirit's Breath. But I'm not going to, because I just thought I wanted to show the power of Narchillan. Okay, so I'm going to just mess around for a little bit. So one of the changes to Zerg is that Giant Leap has been improved.
In what way?
In that I think it goes a little bit further than it used to, and the 100% can now be stopped in one spot. I know this was a change that Guido was probably most excited about with these balance changes.
Question, can you press the blue button? Sorry, dude.
Because it does, it makes a difference to our damage output in Awakening. It's a pretty good change. But apart from that, there isn't much else really I can show. Awakening Zerg has, Succession Zerg has had stamina nerfs, and the super armors are changed to frontal guards, is one of the big changes. And that would make Succession Zerg a little bit easier to fight against, because you can just get behind him now and, yeah, throw out a CC. But, yeah.
It took forever, but yeah, we got there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of kind of stuff with that.
All right, I'm at 100%. So.
Don't get private names here, huh?
Bam! There we go.
Oh, hooray. Twitch is spamming. Let's go through this. HP Journal, right? HP Journal, we've talked about in the past. When it comes in, it does come in. To be really fair, a lot of the journals that are already available have not been done. And I'm not just talking about CAFRES. So we're kind of taking a look into seeing when we can introduce that properly. What was the other one that people talked about? Garmy, World Boss. Vel, same thing. We talked about this before. Awakening Blackstar. And I assume you guys also want Blackstar armor with that. Those conversations have been continuously happening. However, at the moment, we're not ready to... It's not so much not ready. We're not willing to introduce that. But I want to bring that in. I will say that the specific people in Twitch that are asking for Awakening Blackstar or Blackstar armor related stuff, y'all ain't gonna need that. Unless you're doing only PvE, which from what I was told, PvE is only used to do PvP, and you wouldn't do that. Optimization is an ongoing thing. Elvia and all these kind of things that you guys are asking for will happen as optimization continues forward. We made some good strides, and we're hoping to make some better strides in the near future. Anything else I need to talk about there?
No.
Blue button? Anything else I need to talk about? Yeah, I'm sorry, like, did I hit all of those?
I think you did.
Is there one that I missed?
HP Journal.
The main Blackstar? What about it?
I think they're complaining that that part is in.
Which is going to take time for it to get there, but I will say not many people are buying.
It's not even getting up there regardless. It's
Yeah.
a max limit. It doesn't
It's a max
mean,
limit.
It doesn't mean it's going to sit at that price. The market.
Because we had this discussion about some of the other items that had a max limit that was increased. It took time for it to get there, and it really does depend if people need to buy it. But
I don't think
yeah.
Blackstar will get there.
Because it depends on the purchase and how far it goes up there. But yeah. Anything else I need to talk about?
No. I think
Cool.
that's-
Doom two-seater horse thing is in line with stability and optimization because, as I talked about in the past, when you do the if you were to do two-seater in certain cases, it would just straight up destroy the game. So we're working on that continuously because that takes a long time. Also, some of the silver grinds right now are actually pretty decent in terms of getting up there, as far as I've seen. Am I incorrect in this?
No, I mean, Polis is pretty nutty. Centaurs is pretty nutty. Ackman and History are pretty good as well. Gyfins has actually been popping lately. I don't know if a lot of people are aware, but Gyfins has been pretty popular with party grind spots, and it makes a good chunk of money.
If you are participating in the Tuvala Cup, you should not be graduating.
Yes. Please do not graduate
Yeah.
if you're in the Tuvala Cup. because you have to be a seasoned character to enter.
Yes. Anything else that I missed out on? Anything else? Oh, okay. Yeah, so Britta was talking about the HP journal. Are you really basing off of old stuff? No, it's all about pacing as well, and whether or not we'd be able to do it consistently. It's not so much as like we want X amount of, or like everyone in the player base has to hit this target to get to here. There's a lot of different things involved with in terms of releasing that content because it is an HP journal. I'm sure we could do it once the situation kind of makes sense on that. Which is why I say it's a continuous conversation. So when it comes to specifically the journals, because there's inherent stats in there that we kind of want to make sure we do all right with as compared to when they were released initially on PC in certain regions when it kind of got iffy. For a lot of the people that kind of remember from how things were kind of launched on PC, at its launch of certain content, it had a lot of effects that we now know more about. Yeah, no, Brutali, sorry, like I went through that entire list because I was like, right, this isn't gonna stop until I address it. So when it comes to certain PC releases, and I'll talk about CAFRES, right? Because this has been an ongoing conversation with CAFRES for a long time. Sorry guys, I know you guys asked some questions. Let me just finish this in one point. When CAFRES launched on PC, regardless of region, and it hit like with Kama and C20, it destroyed things. Like not just the market, but in terms of the overall balance with players in general and all this kind of stuff. And we've been more hesitant in releasing those kinds of things. Granted, we now have the reboot, right? Which added a lot of damage on that. And so that's why I want to be able to kind of work on that. But we are more hesitant about things on console because of what we've seen in previous iterations of how we release those things. I think a lot of people, especially on console, don't remember when CAFRES kind of destroyed things. And the first Hide a Ball that we did, we were talking about CAFRES and some kind of stuff like that. There were a lot of different issues with it. The issues, a lot of things, a lot of quirks that came up with it. So we are far more wary of how that kind of thing happened. Yeah, and there was a lot of other things that came, like I said, like I'm missing a lot of the variables, but can't really go into a lot of the other variables that went in there. Okay, anything else I need to do right now? Trent, did you address the character transport function not working? That was a known issue.
It should be fixed in this update.
Yeah.
It's not in the patch notes, but it should be fixed.
Yeah, it should be fixed in this one. Yeah, but at that time they didn't make 500 mil an hour.
For when they introduced that kind of stuff, they didn't make 500 mil an hour. I'm not sure how that changes stuff in that way.
I get why that's being brought up. That's a different argument. That's a completely different argument. Next gen, don't have information on it, as per usual. It wouldn't come from myself or from Shirna. It would come from an official notice. That's for you, YouTube and Twitch. When it comes to a lot of the conversations around CAFRES in general, it's easy to kind of go into other variables because, again, like, but what about this? But what about this? That is something that we have to also kind of consider. So because of the silver pool that we're making now, because of all the other gear that is to come out eventually, and gear that we already have, it is more and more things kind of get added into it. Anything else I need to do?
I think. Right, I'm gonna go and switch up.
Have I just straight up? Huh?
No, not that one. Right, catch 'em up. Switch to main.
So we're doing a full dedicated Q&A now?
Let's go into the full Q&A.
Okay.
Public, private names here. What? Wait, I saw Kobe complaining that flavor of the month, re-rolling Zerk. No,
But it's Kobe.
yeah, it's
So-
Kobe. So the bamboo hat, man, like, we know that you really, really want it.
All three of you.
Oh,
Well,
well,
now
I
it's
mean,
four.
2 of them have it.
Yeah, two of them already have it.
Most of his crew who want the bamboo hat back already have it.
Yeah.
But we'll look into that. We'll look into that. But yeah. Okay. Show the nerfs for the other classes. I don't have those classes available, and I'm not good enough with those classes to be able to show quite how bad they are. If I wanted to show the nerfs to Succession Zerk, I'd have to change the thing, and that takes time. But essentially, yeah, it's been yeeted. The reward for this season is the 100 stack. Again, it's another 100 stack. Narchillan shoes for Zerk again. Oh man, wait. All right, fine, whatever. Like, okay. Change the loot table back to the way it was. What?
The loot table?
Yeah.
What about it?
I don't know if that's... Is that like revert all the increases to...
What?
Like someone said, like, change the loot tables back to what it was. Does that mean like revert all the increases to prices back? I don't know where that person, I think, just threw out a sentence and then disappeared. Yeah, they're trolling. But if it's about the golden daggers and things like that, that event I think is ending, right?
Golden Daggers is ending. Yeah.
Is ending, yeah. So that event is ending. Once it's ended, we'll go bring up the subject of removing the cheer animation from the... Weirdly, it's the golden dagger that drops it, which is the 5 mil item, not the coral. So the coral doesn't cause a cheer, but the golden dagger does.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have a talk about that.
Plus the daggers don't stack either.
I think the daggers were talked about actually recently about having its cheer removed.
That was is in a conversation within here?
No, I think it was in a labs update.
Huh. Okay. I don't know. I made
Maybe I'm
enough
dreaming
money from it.
because like when I go through that, it's usually just like I'm half asleep. Just set cheers to treasures only. I know that's been a very popular feedback that's come up, and I believe at one point he talked about it in a bowl. So I'll bring it up. Like I don't mind. Don't mind talking. The dagger stopped you from getting out of it. Sticks, man. Like, Sticks, dude, you know that's not the case. You know it's on a different track. Please, man, it's on a different track. We're not getting Draconia Awakening at the moment. We're not getting that. Krypton Olans. Right, Krypton Olans are being investigated right now as to what is causing the issues in these locations specifically. It's been investigated. Don't know the status on it because that's not been shared at the moment. I think they're still looking into what's going on. Maybe it's unlocked a few other things that they're looking into. But we are very aware of what's happening in Olans and Crypt, where in those cases, and also Ash Forest, I think, is one of them too, where like performance seems worse than other places as well. Like it's more of a dip than anywhere else. So we are looking into that. That's those three.
Because it was all script trees, right?
Gyffin's is also pretty rough. Yeah. So that's also been looked into. Yeah.
Someone was saying about
where trees blowing up on first hit. So the panel that's there, if you hit it with certain skills, it can cause it to pop. We're aware of the issue. I think something's been done to try and fix it, but not this update. But we are aware of what's happening. Just be careful with which skills you're using. If you find that one skill does pop it, I know that Black Spirit Rage Giant Leap does. I think it's hit what skills with really high amount of hits.
Just to be clear, the character transfer bug that we're having right now is going to be fixed in the next update, not this one.
Not this one. It's the next update. Okay. So yeah, what was I saying? its skills with lots of hits might cause it to pop before it's ready. So try to hit it with something with lower amount of hits. I think that's basically what it is. The transport feature, yeah, it's not getting fixed in this one. Okay.
Toro Bloom on Shy blows up the tree.
Yeah, because it has a lot of hits.
Yeah.
I know that, as I said, the Black Spirit Rage skills will pop it if you accidentally giant leap into them like I've done a million times.
Also, something that Brutality just mentioned, thank you. I have to kind of test it myself, actually. Brutality said that if you switch the view on character selection, you'll be able to transfer characters to the old view.
Oh, is that what it is?
Try.
No, because
remember some people
I
saying
only
it,
ever
yeah.
play the old view.
So
I don't
the
do
old
that.
view you'd be able to, but yeah, that bug should be fixed in the next update, not this one.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Brutality. Anything else?
Someone said, like, why are we not getting the life EXP buff?
Which one?
Someone just said, like, why are we not getting life EXP buffs to hot times?
To hot times in general?
Yeah.
I would say we're very wary about when we do it, but I'll bring it up.
Okay. All right.
I'll bring it up.
All right. So, Arena Solaire is going to take a bit more time. There's stuff that needs to be done for that to come to console. We know and we have registered that a lot of people are super interested in this, and we're trying to bring it as forward as possible.
Which one?
Arena Solaire.
Well, not just Arena Solaire, it's also the thing.
And Valencia Red Battlefield was part of that as well.
Not just that. Me personally, I want some other things also in there. I know quite a few people have been asking for these things. Arena Solaire, on a very personal note, I want to see it just because I think it will shake up our PvP scene.
Yeah. I know what that grin's for.
Yeah,
I know what that
I think it'll shake up our PvP scene, and I'm excited for it. So I really want it to come in.
So we're aware that people want it. We're going to try and bring it as quick as we can. With Valencia, the map has had a bit of a tweak for us. We're still in testing and making sure that nothing is wrong with the map that isn't normally acceptable. So we're looking into it and making sure that it's working. It is taking a long time, and for that we're sorry, because I know that originally we said it was going to be released when we bought Red Battlefields back, but we found issues then, and we're still finding things now that are prevalent in that map regardless. So we're trying to fix that map as much as possible. But that's with that. Like, to be honest, that's where we are with Valencia map.
Cool.
Yeah. Revert Shy nerf. No, she hasn't been nerfed. She hasn't been nerfed yet.
That update is not this update. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can say.
Zerka checkmate when? Not soon enough.
No.
We need Zerka Puff
That's
Mini.
not
We need
gonna
Zerka
happen.
checkmate, and we need Zerka Cabelius that looks exactly like the Lawns one. When are these coming in, Trent? I demand answers for my people. See, they're asking for it.
No.
Okay.
Just
Well,
straight up no.
That was as quick as possible.
Straight up no.
Yeah, okay.
That will never happen. Graduation is this one. Loot Scroll Pause is... we came close and we busted it. So that's still on a... It's on a faster... not faster, I would say it's on a priority track. Just because it's a really good UI function and we really need it.
It's closer than we think, but every time we think it's close, it decides to walk a little bit further away.
I was talking about someone's message. Why was I talking about someone's message?
Zerknerf is welcome. I mean, I honestly agree. Succession Zerk, it's going to be nice to have them toned down a little bit.
It'll be interesting. Again, like I said, it'll be interesting to see with a lot of the changes that are happening on how people kind of play it out.
For the Suck Zerk, I mean, I don't play Suck all too much anyway, so
Yeah.
and I'm sure Kobe's there going, he's about ready to type, Shirna doesn't play Awakening either. We've seen how you play. It's basic.
We're not attacking specific people. I will attack people as a whole.
Shy donkey issues. What are the shy donkey issues?
Shy donkey.
Kobe,
skill.
LMAO. He knew he was ready for it. He was ready.
It was in there.
What are the shy donkey? I ride around on my donkey all the time. Is it the fact that you can only get it once? Oh yeah, bring up the stream code.
It takes an entire update just for graduation. I think what you mean by that, I think what you're believing is that because graduation is a full content update, there are a lot of things that go into on the back end of things to introduce graduation on the database side and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, it is a pretty big update in that sense. However, I do think that having Bloodstorm Nouver will be nice. I think with a few of the other changes that are coming in with this update will also be kind of good.
Wait,
I don't
Ancient
think
Spirit does
all.
2? Ancient Spirit does.
That should be 25.
It should be 25, man. It should be 25.
That should be 25.
We're not that cheap.
That should be 25. Right, when you post it on Reddit and stuff, make it 25.
So if we had like one of those
25.
screen draws, we could just draw a little 5.
Can we put a 5 on there? Actually, you know what? Give me 1 sec.
No, I'll do it.
No, I got it.
You were speaking. Okay, all right. It's 25. Guys, come on, man. Come on. Let's get back to what we're here for. Don't forget the loyalty items before maintenance. Good shout. So the loyalty store will be changing a lot of the loyalties. The special loyalty stuff that's available now will be changed. The outfits are not changing. The outfits, the premium and the classic, they will be available until the end of the year. But things like the Supremo Moon Scrolls and things like that in the loyalty store, they are being changed with this update. 2 gets you 0.3, maybe 0.4 Crown Stones. 25 gives you Kafra Stones, sorry. 25 gives you 5 Kafra Stones. Bruh. I'm happy with the 2. If you were happy with the 2 Dust, press delete 23 of them. Combat EXP wasn't working unless you pop buffs? On what? That's new. Shirna the Math King? No, my math is kind of okay. Ah!
Don't worry.
Ah! They closed off the chat. I couldn't see. Winter Mountain, we don't have a date at the moment. We don't have an estimated date. That right now is not. How can I say this? It's not considered at the moment. There's probably rumbling somewhere, but not within earshot of us. But it's not ready at the moment. It's not coming soon. Don't know if there's a rough idea of when, but someone will know. Someone has a list somewhere that I can try and find. Elaborate on new gear. So the Narchillan gear is, as I said, the gap between Pen Naru and the beginning of like boss gear for non-season characters. It's only available once per family, so much like the Black Abyssal weapons, much like the Black Abyssal weapons, beautiful. Much like the Black Abyssal weapons, you have to, so the Black Abyssal weapons, as I said, it's very similar to that in that you have to switch between characters if you want to continue using Narchillan. As I said, it's mostly for characters that are new, that aren't season characters. You can melt Narchillan gear and apply the combatant stone into Tuvala gear that has been switched from season to normal gear, but that only gives like monster damage boosts. Yeah. That's basically Narchillan in a nutshell.
That's the correct coupon code.
Okay, all right.
It is 25 Ancient Spirit Dust, right?
It is, yeah, it is.
Okay.
It is. Did you, that looks like a paint job.
I mean, you make it sound like it's simple.
You could have just added A5 and not scribbled it out. You could have just added a
No,
5.
because then the 2 and the 5, they're going to be different fonts.
But now there's a big white box there.
To denote the change.
Why didn't
if you're
you-
not into the artist's creative head,
Why,
man,
why didn't you color it the same as the background color?
Look,
And then you wouldn't see it.
look. Things happened. All right, things were happening.
This is the what was it? The trailer that was it Awakening that we did?
For
When we did the Awakening trailer, and then like the voices weren't like the sound. We couldn't get the sound on the video.
yeah,
So we made it.
no, it wasn't Awakening. It was when
Was it Media?
No, it was when Striker, Lon, DK, and Musa
Right.
first came out on
Yeah.
Xbox.
Yeah.
That trailer. Luckily, it's not on YouTube. Thank God, it's not on YouTube.
It should be.
No,
It should
we're never uploading that. But that one was terrible. It was hilarious, but it was terrible. So yeah. Oh God, does that look like 225?
No. You scribbled it out enough. It looks like a ghost and then 25. Whatever ghost
Excellent.
means. But yeah.
Excellent.
Thanks for the 5 Kafras. Definitely going to get me to C9, but it puts you 5 Kafras stones closer.
Yeah, and you'll join the other half of the community. So you'll be fine. Cross that threshold. Whew, okay, so
No, don't start the 50% of the community thing again. Okay. It's not a pet, man. It's just a ghost. Okay. Right. My Jatina gear has been downgraded. Is there any way to fix this? I don't think so.
that downgraded.
So basically, they went red, kept it equipped even though it wasn't working, and then it downgraded from Tet to Try.
I don't believe there's a way to.
I think it was counteracted, no? I think that was stopped. You're going to have to send a ticket to support about that. That's a niche case that we
Because that's something we'll have to take a look into specifically. Someone is asking, why is Jatina armor, like the Jatina quest, more expensive than it is to buy in the Central Marketplace? I think I would just look at it in the other scenario. If it had been less than the Central Marketplace, it would cause a lot more issues. So I like the fact that there is a guaranteed way to do it, because for people in chat who have actually done the Jatina quest, how many of you guys have actually done it? And how many times?
I did once.
Because I did 1 armor, 1 weapon, and that's kind of where I'm sticking at.
Yeah.
I think that's been the going trend for a lot of people. Like, do 1 armor, 1... some people did 4?
But doesn't that... I think 3 or 4 is the point where it becomes equivalent, depending on
2
the
weapons,
armor.
2 armor. Yeah, okay. So, like, it was... And I think, honestly, that the method in which, like, the price kind of increases, plus for us specifically on console, given what we have and the silver pools that we now have, like, this is kind of more viable, and I kind of like that. But I wouldn't want it to be, like, forever less expensive than Central Market.
Yeah, because then it kind of defeats the point of having and selling the gear. I will say as well, like, I've only done it for the 1 piece of cursed gear I have.
Yeah, fair. 2 armor, 1 weapon. 8?
8?
Wait, how'd you do 8? Oh my God, you did all of it?
But at that point, it's more expensive. I'm not going to judge. I think it's fine. But yeah, that's a bit. Yeah.
Wait, can you not just do?
You could have just bought the last 3 pieces for cheaper. Yeah.
I mean, it depends on how you want to go about it, but yeah, I guess it just depends on how you want to go about it. But I do, yeah. Can't you only do 7? That's what I mean. I was like counting it off.
Nouver, Khatum.
Oh, okay, 2 weapons.
No,
Wait, you could only do 1 of them. Yeah. Anyways, for people that have done it, awesome.
You can cheat Khatum. All right. Someone said you can cheat Khatum by stopping at stage 4. No, in a way, yes.
Including accessory. Okay.
Okay. In a way, yes. It is the same AP/DP as a pen at stage 4. However, you lose monster damage, and if you go red, you can no longer use it.
Yeah.
So for those of people who enjoy the occasional, you're in my spot, get out, I'm going to flag on you, you cannot use the stage 4 because as soon as you go negative karma, that stops working.
Nice.
And then you just, yeah, and accuracy as well. Accuracy as well is another thing. Yeah. I actually wanted to ask a question as well today. Like, for PvP people, what class do you actually like fighting against?
Fighting against?
Yeah. What class do you actually like fighting against? Because I see people talking about, like, a lot of the time who they hate fighting against, but I never see who they enjoy fighting against. And I swear, if you just say the classes that are easy to beat, yeah. So people saying shy, that's just because you can kind of, they haven't met our boy.
They haven't met Cribsy or Luna.
They haven't
but
met Cribsy, yeah.
I wouldn't mess with either of those two. But I see what you mean. For me, I like going against Mystics.
Someone said Hash, and I actually agree. I think fighting Hash is really fun.
I like going against Mystics because I like seeing what other kind of builds are. That's it. I like same class matchups.
Okay. I don't like this. I don't consider the same class matchup as like one of these. Someone said Nova. Nova's pretty interesting to fight. You have to be very smart about what you're doing. And you have to be on a certain class.
It's actually been long enough now that I can finally talk about this. So one time I went into RBF and on NA specifically, and I ran into Smon on like his Nova. It's just not fun, man. It's not fun.
See, I had the opposite experience. I ran into Smon on his Nova and didn't do too badly.
I was, because my thing with Smon is that he's a very smart player.
Yeah.
Like more so than just like a class, he's just a very smart player. And
I'm glad a lot of people are saying Hash. I think Hash is really fun to play because it's a lot more, it feels very chess-like.
Yeah.
Because you can throw CCs into areas you expect him to be, and 9 times out of, like, more often than not, you'll catch them out. But there is always the opportunity that they go somewhere else. Like, I actually really like fighting Hash.
I think it depends on the Hash that you're facing because, like, I think skill difference in between.
Oh.
Like, I think the difference between a really good Hash and an average Hash is worlds apart.
Yep. This is the update with the Axel skill for Nova. The Frozen Ring, I think it's called.
Yeah.
That's also there. Yeah. I like fighting against foxes. I mean, I don't mind fighting foxes. Sorks, I despise fighting Sorks.
Almost crazy that PC would have different questions. Like, I get it. Like, because on PC, I believe Enlave has asked a similar question. And the answers are actually very different as compared to our chat here.
I feel like some people are like memeing on the classes they just enjoy beating because they're easy, which is not the right answer. Like, that shouldn't be the answer you want. Like,
well, because that's not the question. The question was, which ones do you enjoy fighting against? If you enjoy just dunking on people, then go for it. But when it comes to, I would. Oh, sorry. All right. Yeah, that's true. If I move back, I'd be good about this. When I would ask a lot of the, once Arena of Solera comes, I would ask the top people because it'd be interesting to see what happens. I remember there was a time and point in PC, not PC, in console specifically, when it was just like, I don't want to deal with a Sork. Like, a Sork in general. This is not something I want. It's not even that like, oh, they're gonna dunk on me or like they're like overtuned or whatever the case is. It was just like, I don't want to spend the next 15 minutes of my life here. Like, like I want to move. I want to do stuff. Oh. So yeah, it really kind of depends on that kind of stuff. I do
not that one.
The questions.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, it's a different. We have a different.
It's not your one.
No, it's different from that one. That's weird.
Fine.
That's weird.
That's fine.
No, wait. I don't think it's updating anymore.
Oh. All right. You want to go fix it?
I'll go fix it.
Sorry, guys. Our restream chat thing kind of broke down, so let me see if I can just get my phone for a second. Because hooray, stream breaking is normal. It is absolutely normal. Sorry, chat. Do. Is this going to work? I hope it does. If not, I'm in a lot of trouble. Nope. Okay, there we go. Okay, so, all right, I got one of the channels back up on here. It wouldn't be a stream if nothing broke. Yeah, I know. Shies are fun to kill because they're candy filled. You guys are monsters. What is wrong with y'all? That is not okay. The stream breaking is like, it's been consistent since the very first stream. If you guys have been here since then, I know a few of you have been here since the very first stream. Some people from YouTube, some people from Twitch as well. I know a lot of you guys kind of came in the middle sometime, but yeah. That was kind of tough. Where did it go?
Thanks.
Awesome. Why don't we prioritize, next gen port or whatever the case may be, if they don't want to do this and this and this. I think there's a difference to be had here, and it's semantics, but there's a difference to be had here in terms of, like, is it a priority, and how much have we done to be able to announce something? There's a very big difference between the two, and it is very semantic about it. But yeah, to say that it's not a priority is silly. Been with you guys since day one. Oh my.
You remember the green screen baking because of Trent's hair?
Yeah, that was a good time. And I genuinely really like it just because I kind of miss those days because
We were in a closet, man. That was great.
There was, and then I remember. Can I say this? Yeah, why not? In the very first few streams, like, this is before Guido was like, no, and I've said this to him privately as well. Like, one of the things that I owe the community management side of things is because Guido really did stick up for me in the beginning, because I was hated on the first stream, if you remember.
Because you knew literally nothing.
I was genuinely hated in the first stream, second stream, third stream. Like, this was messed, because back when I was the mobile CM, right? So I had said I had never played BDO before that. I knew all of my stuff from BDM, and that was my introduction to it. And I remember getting hated on the PC Reddit, in our stream, PC streams at that time, whatever the case. Like, this was rough. And I remember Guido was just like, no, I like people that don't know what they're doing. Like, he was very encouraging during the streams. And there was a few people like that.
And what the worst part was, the first couple of streams, the whole purpose was
to show a beginner what it was
someone
like.
Who knows nothing and, like,
and
introduce
Murder Lemons was like that as well too. Like, I remember all these things. Like, it was really, really cool.
It sticks. Don't worry, man. I'll always hate you.
The constant in my life. And it was really, really cool. Like, so when, this is kind of touching on a different topic now, but when I see people who are just kind of like, so-and-so is not friendly to new people, and I'm just kind of like, that's not the people that I know. And yes, I was supposed to be temporary, and I got stuck here.
I miss the days when Shirna would get mad on stream. I mean, I've mellowed out a lot.
Oh, that is true. I remember you used to get mad at me a lot.
Yeah, it's not just being mad at you, though. I've been mad at people in the community.
Because I remember when we were PvPing one time, it was like me on a ranger and you on a... No, you were on a ranger, I was on a warrior. And somebody taught, I think it was Ardu or Guido, that taught me, like, hey, you can use... This is before Awakening, where you can use Scars of Dusk and Spear. And I was like, ooh, spamming button. And I spammed the crap out of it.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was a good time.
Wait. Nate and Get Trucked are two different people?
Yes.
I thought they were the same person for some reason. My mind has been blown.
Legend has it if you make Shirna repeat a question. Yeah, this is when people are like, how do you zoom out on the camera?
No, even now, I think I've just mellowed out to the point where, like...
You have? Yeah.
It's not nice. I want to go back.
Yeah.
Savage Slough, see you later, man. See you later.
No, at this point, there's... I don't think there's going to be any more new information. At this point, like, people are just kind of stick around,
The stuff on Wukong, we honestly don't know.
Oh,
Like, that's
yeah.
not on us.
When Sark was first released, both of us were like, we don't know how to do this and we're not doing it. And I remember people were upset. Yeah, that was a thing.
Oh, jeez. Shirna's trying to look like a dad. What makes me look like a dad? Like, I know the glasses are pretty rough. I need to get new ones, but yeah. The Nova Key quest, please fix it. I don't know when that's coming in, but it is coming eventually. It's happening.
Even though you guys are chill, you guys are probably going to catch most of the hate. And again, like, Brew, we talked about this before.
Yeah.
You know, we're supposed to. Like, I'd rather you guys aim it at myself as opposed to each other. You know what I mean? Like, if you guys are being mad at one another, like, for that kind of stuff, that's just silly. But if you want to direct your anger at me, like, at least I can pick something up from it. So, yeah, grow a real bird, Shirna.
Just going to spat out a cockatiel from my hand.
Did you mean beard?
I think you meant beard.
Oh, okay. More donkey skills or better tuning. In terms of donkey skills, what better donkey skills do you want? Do you mean like
Instant
excel and
drift.
drift and stuff? That's gonna be a tough sell to the peeps, but
Arena of Blood. Again, that's one of the things that
Arena of Blood.
Altar of Blood.
Okay.
Altar of Blood. For Altar of Blood, Savage Rift, things like that, I don't know what's going on there. Like, as I said, they have been removed from everyone completely, altogether. Things are happening, maybe. I don't know. But I have no details. And we have no idea when. So, yeah.
I think
Character transport, we know.
Yeah.
The one thing I do want to say about the Doom thing is it's not as easy as just, like, turning it back on. Because I know a lot of people are asking for Doom to be fixed, the Doom 2-seater. It's not as easy as just turning it back on. Like, we've turned it off because when you turn it on, there's major issues that we're trying to fix.
so. There's things to be fixed on there before we turn it back on. Essentially, if that's the best way to put it. I don't think it is the best way to put it, but yeah.
Two-seater donkeys?
no.
I mean, donkeys are not designed for that kind of load. Can you imagine despite how dumb it sounds, 2 Zerks on a donkey would be fun, though.
No.
Can you imagine if, like, instead of that, the Zerk, like, sits on it but actually walks and just carries the donkey up a little bit?
I mean,
It's like Monty Python with the horses where they're
oh dear lord,
coconuts.
yeah.
That'd be amazing. That'd be great.
Let's not do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even though it might be horrible bubbles, like, it is something that people want. And again, it's not enough to be like, people don't kind of like it, so we're not doing kind of thing, except for one major piece of content. But yeah, like, other than that, not really.
Unfortunately, things are changing with the hot time that we can't talk about at the moment.
The special hot time?
Yeah, the special. All I can say is, right now it's designed to scale. So the longer it goes on, the higher it goes.
Yes.
It contains some stuff.
There are, yeah. So there is going to be a special hot time, and probably the most special that we've had. And like Shirna said, it's meant to scale over the period of time. But the way that those times kind of work is something that I want to be careful about, because there are, I'm neither confirming or denying that, puppet, but there are things that it can affect at the moment, especially if I say something incorrect, which has been happening more often than not. So, like, I kind of want to be careful with that, see what the specs are, and then once the notice goes out, we can go do that thing.
Yeah. Necromesis, to answer the question, no.
Sly, when are you replacing the couch with a giant black spray beanbag? This ain't that kind of stream, Sly. What is wrong with you?
That'd actually be a fun stream, though. If we change it to beanbags.
I don't want to sit on the Black Spirit. That's not something I'm into.
Oh, okay. If you're not into it, that's okay.
You weird to know. So, no, I mean, if there was beanbags, I'm not a big fan of beanbag chairs in the first place. So, Can we get a silver-based option to reroll Jatina weapons from one class to another in the future?
No.
I don't think that...
It's okay. Here's the
I
thing.
wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that, no. I would say that hasn't been brought up internally, and I don't know if there's plans to do so.
I would say one of the things like with the Jatina quests was that careful consideration was done to not obliterate the markets. In terms of like sales of the normal pen gear or tech gear, tri-gear, whatever. Careful consideration was done. Yes, there was some changes to the prices, but they've kind of recovered by now. I feel like if you make it silver-based, that might tip that more in the favor of the Jatina stuff. So I don't know.
Wait, what? What question am I missing live? I'm gonna wait this one out. Goddamn. So, what question am I missing?
Can we target 2 types of mobs? You can't target 2 types of mobs, but you can target a category. So if you're grinding, let's say, at polys, you can tag everything at polys, and that'll bring them up yellow.
The BS Awakening price change? Awakening?
Awakening? What? It's the Black Star weapon change. Is it?
Yeah, it's Black Star weapon.
Chuck it there.
Oh, dude, yeah, no, we talked about that. So, no, you're good. We talked about that earlier. In terms of it's coming, I understand why people are upset right away with it. I don't think anyone's gonna, because it's the max cap. I don't think anyone's gonna push it up too quickly on that.
One of the other things as well is like the max cap. I don't think is even being like. I don't think it will ever be reached. Not at the moment.
I wouldn't even say that, but like, because the question is going to be like, we don't have the thing that it's meant for. Why are we doing this, right? And it's more of like a preventive measure because, again, we've seen cases of other things where it went above and it kind of screwed things up by not doing it at the same time. So there were variables to be considered in that sense as well. So like what's the best example that I can give where it kind of got screwed up?
I can say like if we didn't, then one person might buy out every single Black Star that's available now. So when the change does come, they instantly.
It's more of a it was a premeditative measure to make sure that we don't kind of prevent it. Because I remember in the past there was one specific thing that we did where people bought something out right off, and when that content came in, it like straight up broke. So that was kind of like, and again, it's something to be kind of careful about going with that. There are arguments against it, and one of the arguments against it is the fact that we don't have the content. Not as many people know about it. It doesn't really matter anyways, right? I would say that even though that is an argument, I think that has been considered, and when the max thing has been set, it is the max, not the new minimum. Yeah. In a sense, right? And it's going to take time for it to get there in the first place.
If it even gets there, because I know that a lot of people were memeing on the same thing for PC, and I don't think they've reached it at all. Like, it's more like, there are people who say, like, why don't you uncap all the items? Like, why isn't there an uncap? And then when you actually raise the cap up, there's the other side of things where it's like, why is it now capped at this high? Like, that's too high. And it's like, it'll adjust. I think the 200 bill mark is high enough that it will adjust more to what people will actually pay for it. I feel like it's gonna be that kind of item where the cap is so high. I don't think it will reach there, but I think there'll be a lot of activity in the middle.
Possibly, but I don't want to play market analytics because I'm not in that field. I don't think I would even try to consider that. I can make a couple of things, but no. That being said, so sorry, Live. Like I believe I mentioned this about something else in general, but in a previous stream. But I guess I didn't mention this one because I was kind of speeding through. That's on me. That's not on you guys. So I hope that kind of explains as much as we could explain about it.
To answer the person who keeps asking about the Berserker change in Succession, it is not a bug. It is currently as intended, from what I understand. But if there were changes, we know how people feel about it. So, if there is a change in the future, we know. But I don't have more details on it.
God dang, I missed another question. What did I miss, Pirate King? Failed to load info from the central market. Every time?
Every
Try
time?
to swap servers and see what happens from there. Or at least restart the game. It might be an update issue as well.
It might have, if it was happening yesterday, it could have been the Cloudflare issue that took out quite a few websites.
Wait,
Out quite
did
a
I
lot
miss
of
the
stuff.
Pirate King question again?
You didn't post it.
No. There was a question, apparently. I keep missing stuff.
It happens very often.
Okay.
Okay, if the fail to load information, I know this is going to sound weird, but I know it's going to sound bad, but usually it's a internet network issue that will cause it. So make sure everything's fine with your internet and Wi-Fi and whatever you're on, and then send a message if it's a particular case, like if it's a certain item that's causing it, or if you're loading into the menu really quickly and then trying to do something, that might mess around with it. But for that, yeah, it's usually an internet issue.
Guild tax is one of the questions that keep coming up.
What about guild tax?
Too high.
Why? What makes it too
I'm just
high?
reading what's on there.
I know. But I've seen this come up, and a lot of people have started to complain about guild tax. Why has it started to come up now compared to when earlier on? That's literally something I kind of want to know.
Okay.
Guys, MP made over 300 guilds over in a week. Power taxes through the roof, and then we paid just under 42 bill. As far as I know, it's a percentage of what you're making, but hit me up.
No, people have been bringing it up.
I know, but it hasn't been fully explained as to. It's usually just lower guild taxes. That's generally what we've seen.
At the weekly reset, bringing out the taxes. 70% is kind. Is it 70%? Yeah, 70% is kind of high. Because I remember the guild tax being a conversation internally in general. I remember it was a conversation in general, but yeah, I don't remember where we are with that, or if I can share anything about that conversation.
We'll go have a conversation about it, but bring it up to us. Let us know why you think it's too high and what, not suggestion wise, but the negative impacts it's causing for you. Hit us up with why the guild taxes, blah, blah, blah. Just hit us up with it and give it to us in a way that we can understand the root of the problem. Because I've seen a lot of people just say guild tax reduction.
Well, it's also
reduce guild taxes.
It's also because people are kind of saying kind of erroneously, but that siege guilds don't get taxed, but if you're just a regular guild kind of making your way on doing nodes and stuff, you're gonna get taxed heavily.
Okay.
I know. But yes. Someone snitching? Yeah. That's what one of the questions has been about the way that guilds are taxed and the way that it kind of works from there. Sorry, someone kept saying one of the reasons why they're there's certain questions that we don't answer right now is because we actually try to spend time on this one question. So when it comes to the taxation stuff, the conversation has been, if you are a non-siege guild, based on the amount that you're making and the size of your guild, you should not be taxed that heavily. Whereas with siege guilds, they aren't as taxed, like some siege pay guilds. Why is there such a discrepancy in the two? That's one of the conversations that's happening. The other conversation is it's far too high in general, which I think some people can agree. And then the other one is more so that like it should be not so much as lower, but fluctuating based on the amount of people that you have, like a wider fluctuation.
Okay.
So yeah, did I get that much correct? Is there anyone else that needs to kind of input about the guild tax stuff before I kind of move on from this? Anything else? Anything else? Because Siege Guild, I'm not trying to argue. Is there anything else that I missed on that?
I think most people are good.
Kobe, no. Yeah, okay. So guild tax stuff, again, we'll kind of bring that back up again. Not again, but like, because we haven't, but it will be kind of talked about again. Anything else I need to do?
No.
Is there another question that I've been apparently avoiding? Anything else that I've been avoiding? Lag fixes is part of optimization in general. Oh, there was a thing about the one suggestion for the recruiter party stuff is that it should be revamped in general for console because it just feels kind of weird with predetermined words.
Mm-hmm.
Like there are certain things that are not in there, so
Yeah.
it should be revamped.
I think we suggested that not too long ago.
That was suggested after we kind of went into it because it was like, we were trying to teach people how to make solo parties, and then when we looked at it, we're like, yeah, this needs help. So yeah.
You can make solo parties, but you absolutely shouldn't.
Yeah.
For the scrolls.
Don't do it.
Don't. It's hard enough.
Yeah.
And the only way it makes sense to do is if there are 5 people, you're all burning 5 scrolls or 4 scrolls or 3 scrolls, whatever. The way that it's calculated is basically you'll receive 25 scrolls worth of gear.
We need a way to do them solo. Like there is a way to do them. I don't recommend
Yeah,
it.
there is a way to do it, but it's not designed to be. It's designed for a 5-man team.
You can make a solo party in the very same method as
It's been in the announce. It's been
So-
server messages.
Not just that, but like, what if they weren't there when they were there?
Yeah,
You know?
that's
So basically, you post a party recruitment, you immediately cancel it, and then you'll be placed in a solo party. That's the way to be in a party, right? It's bad. Yeah, I just wouldn't do it.
It is.
Also, one of the questions was, make it good again. What do you mean?
We know how to do this.
Like to make solo
You
party?
can do them on your own.
Yeah, you can still do the individual
You
scrolls.
can still do the individual scrolls and the original way as a party. You can still do all of that if you wish.
In fact, I would recommend that if you're on your own. Sorry,
Yeah.
one of the questions was also...
Yes, you can. You don't talk to the pillar. You don't talk to the pillar. You go to the shining light when you select the scroll and then use it.
Sorry. People in chat, have you been able to do the scrolls on your own one by one?
Yeah.
You're not chat.
Okay. I'm not sure.
People in chat on Twitch and YouTube, is this possible?
Yeah. I think some people assume that you could only talk to the what you call it. You can only talk to the ball. You don't talk to the ball. You just click the scroll next to the ball, and it will summon.
Right. I thought I was losing my mind because I'm pretty sure you can do it. But yes, let's go with that.
Don't have.
But don't have you're a troll too, and so that's fine. That kind of happens. Party recruitment stuff is one. Also, someone asked earlier. I'm gonna keep trying to get back to this because, because on PC you can't do solo parties as well. It's the same method. I kind of get their frustrations with that as well. I don't mind. So how do you tag an enemy on the map?
Go to knowledge. And then there is a button that says highlight, I think. I turned my Xbox off. So I'll go to do it for you.
Go to knowledge,
Character.
find the monster, and you can press square or whatever on it to pinpoint that monster if you have the knowledge of it. Then kind of go from there. And then it'll be
Square.
on there.
So it's square X on the name of it. And then there is a way to target the whole
Yeah.
Yeah.
You press square on it.
Yeah. So before
No.
you go into it, you can target there as well.
You can target the category. So yeah, you'll be fine on that. And anything else I'm missing?
No. Same as Heilang. I mean, I don't know what's happening with that, but it is known. For the Corsair fixes, Corsair's getting a lot of changes in this one. I don't know if there's any specific changes to what you're asking for, though.
So in terms of the way that, because this is on YouTube and it's been coming up quite a bit actually, the way that trash has been increased, and with the eventual additions of certain content, the amount of money that you're going to get from PvP definitely outweighs the amount that you get from life skills. Because the amount of money that you make from life skills is no longer as high, right? What are there plans to do so with that? To a certain extent, there are, but it's more so like,
It goes in fluxes.
yeah, life skilling is you can highlight unknown monsters. Thank you. Life skilling is PvE Blue Squadron.
I think I thought you said PvP.
Oh, did I say PvP?
I know you meant PvE.
PvE, sorry. PvE. The amount of money that you would make from life skills is definitely, it'll fluctuate based on the market itself, and you kind of have to look at how that kind of works out. I would like there to be a little bit of a boost in terms of how but I don't think that the life skilling money should be immediately the same amount of money, the same amount of silver return as grinding, because grinding is an immediate return. Life skills is a long-term investment, and the way you kind of go from there. I would like for it to keep going like that.
I mean,
and keep it like that.
I do want to say it has been in flux for so long.
And it's residual.
Occasionally, life skilling is better. Occasionally, PvE
Yeah.
is better. More recently, PvE has been better for silver.
Yeah.
But before that, I mean, there has been PvE elements that were really high. I mean, at one point, bartering was pretty good. Even on console, like when
Yeah.
it first launched, it was still decent money.
I
Which
mean,
has, obviously, it's fallen off a little bit. But it's still...
It'll come and go,
Yeah.
and I think there's some things I would like for it to include. Also, we can't even get that on PC. I don't know what you guys are talking about on this one, but okay. Yeah, no, like, I think with... Starting was good, now it's a dumpster. Yeah, exactly. So, like, I think the way that kind of life skills kind of works out is it's kind of like ebb and flow, and while there should be a certain boost to it, I believe personally, I also do look at it as a long-term goal more so because it's residual silver being collected for the most part.
That is a gross oversimplification. The more buttons you push, the more silver it makes sense. Gross oversimplification, but I appreciate it.
I understand
appreciate
the intent behind it, but no, it is a simplification. So yeah, I think it just kind of depends on. But life skilling will never be comparable to grinding. To a certain extent, yeah, but yeah.
But there's a big caveat on that 500 mil on a season character, right? It's Agris Fever. If there's no Agris Fever, it's not as high as 500 mil. Unless somehow you're getting, like, a season carry to be able to do... Because, like, without Agris, Centaurs is decent, but I don't know if you're going to be able to get that much. With Loot Scrolls as well. Like, it's Agris and Loot Scroll to make that much.
Sponsored by KFC. When can we get a fix to archers? Well, any class of terrain issue while aiming. No, slopes will be the death of any range character. It is still something, because I remember Jessamine mentioned it, that he's going to work on it.
Mm-hmm.
Stay away from slopes. Stay away from slopes.
Just don't go to Dregan. Just don't go to Dregan and Odin Leader, man. There's too many hills.
Stay away from slopes or use descending current. That's your only option. Stay away from it.
All right, someone's saying, like, why does leveling node max to 10 backfire and harms? It doesn't. It works exactly as it says. It doesn't change. Like, it's not negatively affecting. This is a whole tinfoil hat thing where someone gets a good 1 hour session without the level, like let's say at level 2, level 3, and then they get a bad session at level 10 and say that's proof that level 10 is bad. Like leveling up the node to level 10 is bad because at level 2 I got this 1 magic hour. But it's not as simple as that. Like it is an aggregate, and an aggregate over a level 10 node probably gives you more.
Mm-hmm.
It's generally kind of weird. Every 10th mob has a 50% extra drop rate exactly at level 10.
Percentages.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else?
Wait, has SEA been updated? Because you might be able to talk about that hot time event now.
Like I said, there are things that I'm going to wait for the notice to go out.
Wait, it's Wednesday today, right?
Yeah.
I think
There are things that we're kind of waiting on. I don't care if you already know. So like, there are things that we're waiting on.
It's been announced now. So you can talk about it if you want.
There are things we are waiting on. When the notice goes up, you guys will know about it. There's an incremental hot time per week. You will take a look at it, and you will like it when you read it. If you like the effects, awesome. If you don't, wait for the next week, and it'll incrementally go up.
I don't mind spoilers. I don't mind spoilers.
It's fine.
Yeah. I think we're gonna have to give it a snip in the bud now because we do have to go and upload these patch notes and make sure everything's good. And I gotta go fix it because I left some stuff in that shouldn't be in there. Yeah. Any guild updates, log fixed, extra GMs, any kill GMs, home servers. Right, the guild log fix, right. I'll talk about this before we close off.
Wait, can we remove auto-centering?
Auto-centering in what way?
It makes it difficult to move up and down because it'll just kind of drag.
Oh, the camera? We can talk about
Yeah.
it. I think it's been discussed before, but I think it got overridden by a couple of the other changes that happened there. Right. So the guild, the guild log thing. We're investigating it. It's particularly tricky because for half the world it works perfectly fine.
Half the world, huh?
It is literally half the world. 50% of the world will work perfectly fine. 50% of the world will not work. So we're aware of it. We're not sure. I think it's being looked at, but it's kind of a weird priority where because it's working in some situations, it doesn't take a full priority list. But there is a way to get around it. But yeah, it is something that we're looking into. But yeah, 50%, half the whole world. I'm not even joking when I say half the world. And the best thing is I'm not joking. Because you know the fix.
I know.
So literally half the world is perfectly okay, but the other half of the world is not.
Well, the fact that this in one instance is true, people are going to be like, oh, sweet, we can say it too now.
Okay.
Yeah. It's going to be kind of rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah, see what you've done. So, yeah.
It is literally half the world.
Do they also have C9? So, all right, we're going to call it here. As Doheb kind of mentioned, but we do have a hot time event. Make sure you can take a look when the notice goes up. There's a lot of cool things with it. Yeah, let's kind of call it here.
Yeah, let's call it here. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. I know there's a lot of other questions. Again, if we didn't answer a question that comes up, we are two people watching a scrolling chat window between both platforms. It is YouTube and Twitch, so it goes probably pretty quick. We try to catch as much as we can.
And highlight messages don't work on the Restream chat.
Yeah, so highlight messages don't work on Restream, so we don't get to see that. But remember, you can always reach out to us at discord.gg/playblackdesert. You could drop us a DM which
Yeah.
is CM Shirna, CM Trent, you can drop a DM to Durgef. You can drop a DM maybe to Star's End, but I mean,
No, he's good people.
nice
I
good
would,
people do it. But basically, you can send us a DM. You can put it in chat and see if other people agree with you. Whatever. Like, we do go through and read everything. Even if we don't reply, we still go through and read absolutely everything. So, like, drop us your suggestions. If you have questions there, reach out to us.
Kashima?
Nobody wants to message Kashima.
No. Like everything I disappeared for a second. Thank you. Okay.
Star's End is still here. Damn it, he heard it.
He's still here?
He's still here, look. GM Star's End. I heard that.
I'll fix that.
Just ban him. But guys, again, thank you so much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure. And enjoy graduation, I guess.
Cheers, everyone.
Later.